Greetings, passengers. We have now begun our descent into Orlando. Please fasten those seatbelts and prepare for landing.
And a good-natured back and forth between the players while we wait to get this one underway. We're live, the home of the Magic, the Amway Center in beautiful Orlando, Florida. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action.
Yes.
Circle him outside. Here's Nelson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Really was a very strong season, guys, for Jameer Nelson as he bounced back in a big way. You know, he got his scoring up and was acting as a playmaker at a much higher level than what we were accustomed to seeing from him.
Clark, you just mentioned the uptick in assists for Jameer Nelson. He's the Magic's franchise record holder in assists with over 3,000.
You know, I would have guessed that Scott Skiles had more than that.
Me too.
Skiles had so many back in the day. It just shows you the consistency and the production that Nelson has given that team over almost a decade now.
Turkoglu kicks to Nelson, fires for 3, and good coming off the assist from Hedo Turkoglu. 13 points for Jameer Nelson.
Very positive opening quarter for them. The shots have been falling.
You know, the shooting percentage would be nice if it stayed right there, but that's going to be tough to do.
Cool Hands passes to Carroll. Here's Cool Hands, defended by Turkoglu. Here's Cool Hands. 4 on the clock. Out of bounds, Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. You look at Orlando, they're way down there in the conference standings, looking for a lot of improvement during the second half of the season. And of course Atlanta, a game and a half out.
Checking out Orlando, they've proven they have a long way to go if they're going to be a competitive team in this league.
And even if they weren't expected to play at a high level this year, I think most people felt they were capable of being better than what they're showing right now.
Turkoglu dishes to Harkless. Back to Turkoglu. Passes it to Oladipo. Misses the 3.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
Kept alive. Here's Korver. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Korver's got his second bucket of the night.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. That's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
And Oladipo kicks to Turkoglu. Magic moving the ball around. Wide open. They get it again. Maxiel, the pass to Price. Pass to Maxiel. 3-pointer. And Turkoglu with the basket on the assist by Maxiel. Turkoglu's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Cool Hands, defended by Turkoglu. Over to the left wing. Harkless with the steal, and up the court come the Magic on the break. Oladipo's running, and he gets it to go. And the Magic lead by 17.
Another good pass, and their offensive execution has been impressive, to say the least.
The last 4 field goals have been assisted. Yeah, passing has kept the defense off balance, but to get assists, you got to make the shots.
1 second left, and finished off by Horford. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is amazing.
And as Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Orlando?
They've set the first half tone by really getting out in transition.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for Atlanta, Cool Hands. He's in at the point. Martin is out there with Paul Millsap. Then it's Elton Brand, and it's Williams at shooting guard. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, guys, Cool Hands in the last outing against the Bobcats was just a man on a mission. He picked up 18 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing, Clark.
Yeah, I agree. I was just glad I got a chance to witness it. It's always such a special night when a player of his caliber gets so locked in and focused.
And you know, in an 82-game season with so much talent, every once in a while, everything's going to click. And that was definitely the case that night.
Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. Shooting at a high percentage. All teams aim to do that. Let's see the league's best. The Hawks, number one.
Yeah, plain and simple, they do not take bad shots. They really share the ball. They get great player and ball movement, and that's why they shoot the percentage that they do.
Now the dish to Vucevic. Moore outside. Just 4 to shoot. From deep, Aflalo.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
That's good. And the Magic lead by 15.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game.
Here's Cool Hands. He's guarded by Moore. Cool Hands passes to Brand. Here's Cool Hands. Baseline J on the way. No good. Great D that time from Moore. The Orlando Magic coming to this one after the win against the Detroit Pistons.
That didn't seem to be much of a challenge for them in that game. It seemed like they scored at will. Not much defense they were facing.
Yep, they had the defense on its heels early the entire game, and actually nearly the entire game, and no matter what unit was out there, looked like a mismatch to me.
The Magic shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. The first free throw is good. He doesn't get the second one.
What a breakout year for Vucevic, who was given the chance to start for the Magic, and he showed that he belonged in a starting 5. Just a really good gamble on a player, and the big fella looks to be an impact player for them for the foreseeable future.
Oh. Oh, man.
Now, here is Nelson. He's covered closely. Aflalo outside. He feeds it to Nicholson. Back to Aflalo from outside the arc. Elton Brand grabs the board. Brand's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And for Vucevic, in his 2nd season in the league, 4th in voting last season for the most improved player, and I couldn't disagree.
I would not either, Kevin, and you've got to like his defensive potential. He's 7 feet tall, and he's got a 7'4" wingspan, so he can help provide all kind of protection around the rim, and you know, he's got an excellent motor, too. He makes the most of his imposing frame. I like what this guy has been and could become.
Oh, my days.
Nelson off the pick from Vucevic. And Nelson gets it to go.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
That one goes. Count it. And that's now 9 points for Williams.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
Yeah, guys, and that's 10 of their last 12 points now coming off of assists.
Nelson off the pick from Vucevic. Dishes to Harris. The basket good off the assist from Nelson. Harris has got his first 2 points of the night.
Great interplay there between those 2 teammates.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike Budenholzer was discussing with his guys. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Williams. coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. Being in the position they're in, probably a smart move to go to the clipboard and switch things up while we're still in the first half. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. Yep, it goes, and the Magic lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Cool Hands. Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. And as we get a break here, important for the teams to go over their own strategy. And for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. To put out your best effort as the game wears on, guys.
You know, it's amazing when you're playing during the season. If you go through a stretch where you don't hydrate, it can have a major physical toll on you. Your body wears down quicker. You don't recover as fast. And that can really take its toll over the course of an 82-game season.
That myth.
No good. Nice D from
Best advantage that they have in that category. It's still a significant factor.
the Hawks trail by 13.
Well, Mike Budenholzer, you know, the new coach of the Hawks, spent 19 years with the San Antonio Spurs, including 17 as an assistant. Boy, you couldn't ask for a better teaching ground than that.
Now, here is Nelson. He's coming off a 19-point game against Detroit.
Boy, he had it going offensively, just living at the line. Well, they'll give him that shot. He doesn't have the most reliable jump shot in the world. We know that.
Back to Budenholzer, who's with the Spurs for 19 years. Steve, the Spurs, the winningest team in pro sports over the last 15 years.
Yeah, I'm glad that Budenholzer has finally gotten his chance. I played for him for 4 seasons. He's a guy who loves the game. He's very dedicated, hardworking, and has learned.
Oh!
Look out!
Watch out below! Wow! Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Here's Harris. Another miss by Orlando. Looking at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks, it was a loss to the Bobcats.
Well, Clark, they really shot terribly from downtown in that one and eventually paid the price for it.
They sure did. I mean, sometimes you can make up for poor three-point shooting with a strong inside game, but theirs wasn't quite strong enough.
Here's Nicholson. Soft touch off the glass. And the Magic lead by 11. Atlanta's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Millsap a screen.
Oh, what is that?
Feeds to Cunningham. It's stolen by Harris. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Here's Nelson. Can't get it to go. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
Yeah, that was a tough loss for them. And defensively, I thought they had a lot of trouble guarding their bench players. It was strange. Their bench players came off and really scored big, and that was a huge factor.
And it's a... And we've...
Well, Nick, you guys had a strong first.
Now, presented by Sprint. Good to have you. The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
What a stellar outing in this one for Nelson. 15 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
Now, his outside stroke has looked really good today.
Davis at the 4 and Vucevic at the 5. Nelson and Aflalo combine a guard, and it's Harris in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for Orlando. Good on the second free throw.
Boy, you look at Glenn Davis out of LSU, guys, and he might have made one heck of a left tackle in
Oh,
football.
my.
6'9", close to 300 lbs. He's as strong as they come, and yet surprisingly as quick-footed as any big man in the league.
And Aflalo kicks to Nelson. Fast break, the Hawks. And it's slammed in by Millsap.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
Here's Harris. Nice follow through on the fadeaway. Harris has got his second bucket of the game to go. And Glenn Davis, an improving rebounder in recent years, and Stevie uses his size well defensively.
He's tough to back down. He's got a barrel chest, strong legs. Offensively, he's not a guy who finishes over the top, but he's crafty in the way he can go through bodies and kind of find ways to get the ball into the basket. A lot of high hopes for Elton Brand to revive his dominant ways with the move to Dallas, but he sunk further away from what he once was. And hey, this is what happens. You get older, your play starts to suffer a little bit.
Nelson with it, now defended by cool hands. Nelson dishes to Davis, and the foul called on the Atlanta Hawks. And a little confusion there on the initial call. Still trying to find out, Clark, who the foul is on.
Well, with a hard double like that, it happens so quickly, it's really never easy to see who caused the contact.
Well, I call it gamesmanship. You know, to speak up and have the foul actually be called on him. Maybe a little deception, but it does keep his teammate in the game.
You know, that could have been his 6th foul, which means DQ, disqualified, but instead he'll stay in the game due to the heads-up thinking of his young teammate.
Here's Brand, an easy layup after coming off the pick. Brand's got 5. As you said, with Brand, had career lows across the board, and his statistics largely due to the lack of minutes he played. But that was in part, I think, of how inefficient he was at times too, Clark.
And I think Brand will still be able to contribute to a team, but I think it'll be as a role player, and I agree with Steve on that. Certainly I don't think we'll see him do 20 and 10 as he was a 20-10 guy for a long time earlier in his career.
He had no problem knocking down that shot, and a little more damage inflicted on another defensive lapse.
Here's Cool Hands, and that one's good. 6 points for him.
And they've made 3 of their first 4 shots here to start this half.
Magic leading by 11. Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Yeah, he definitely saw some things that were not working for them out there, and now he's going to make some adjustments.
I'm not sure what it was, but he clearly wanted something to change out there.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team. He mentioned the need for more use of the pick and roll. It's a basic component of their offense that he said he hasn't seen nearly enough of. He also talked about their defense in the open court, saying, don't let them get comfortable in transition. We need to shut down their fast break. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Here is a list of the NBA's most adept passing teams this season. These are your assist leaders. The Hawks, number 1.
You know, if there's a stat that coaches really would be impressed by and proud of, it's assists, leading the league in assists. And this team is outstanding. Not only do they have excellent scores, but everybody is willing to make the extra pass and share the basketball.
And he gets it to go. Horford's got his second basket of the night.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball, just having their way down low.
You know, for a long time, the Magic were one of the tougher teams in the Eastern Conference, made the playoffs routinely, and even represented the East in the finals one year. That all came to a screeching halt last season, the first in the post-Dwight era.
And the basket by Harris.
A nice start to the second half, just 1 miss in their first 5 attempts.
The Hawks trail by 13. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. From 11 feet away, no good from Cool Hands. And for the Magic, they were in the bottom of the Eastern ladder, and everyone was stepping on their rung. Steve, terrible record against the other teams in the conference.
Yeah, just 10 wins against the rest of the East, and you know that's not even the strong conference in the NBA. So that kind of told you what kind of season it was for Orlando. But there is hope. Some good young talent. Oladipo this year. I like some of the guys who developed last year. This is going to be an interesting team down the road.
Hawks have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Cool Hands got 8 points.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Three-pointer, Nelson, and again it's Orlando with the 3.
Boy, what a half from the field they're having. They're going to extend that lead if they stay this hot.
Now they've taken it up another notch, Clark, looking very confident out there.
Here's Cool Hands, guarded by Nelson. Nelson with the steal. And there's the foul. It goes on Cool Hands. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Jared Cunningham, he's checked in for the Hawks. Teague comes in for Williams. Nelson off the pick from Nicholson. Aflalo with it. Now guarded by Cunningham. Shoots the 3. That's good from Harris on the assist by Nelson. Harris has got 12.
And another three-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been bombs away ever since.
Here's Cool Hands, guarded by Nelson. They get it back.
Well, it's the edge they've had in that area on the glass that's played a big role in this game.
Yeah, they've got some strong guys, Steve. Guys that are strong and well put together, and they've used that strength to their advantage down low.
Very well executed. Finds a space to get that one off.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, over the break, I listened in on Jacques Vaughn's huddle. He's looking for some old-fashioned offense right now. He wants the pick and roll to be the centerpiece of their game plan at that end of the floor. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Cav, it'll be interesting.
Thanks, Doris. Turkoglu with it, now guarded by Corver. Turkoglu passes to Maxey. Their turnaround jumper. They grab their own miss. Oladipo.
Plays a really difficult cover because if he gets anywhere near the rim, he can finish. Great strength, the ability to convert in the lane. Boy, that's tough to defend.
And applies even if he has to absorb contact getting to the rim.
Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for Orlando. Turkoglu kicks to Oladipo. Harkless with the screen for Oladipo. Inside. The shot by Harkless, no good.
He's far too tentative in the paint, and even more so when the defender is up tight on him like that time.
Corver, no luck. Magic leading by 22. Pass to Harkless. Back to Turkoglu. Moore dishes to Harkless. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Pocket 4. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Hedo Turkoglu is in the final season of his contract, and last season endured a suspension for performance-enhancing substances and really never found any kind of rhythm in his season. We'll see if he's able to bounce back this year.
The Hawks making a switch here. Horford's checked in. Picked by Horford. Back to Teague for the 3, and he gets it to go. Teague's got 7 points.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Clark, you mentioned the positive test for Turkoglu. The league now implementing tougher testing measures for the players.
Yeah, incorporating blood testing. There's been a feeling that it was a bigger issue in other sports and that NBA players weren't using performance enhancers. I think that's generally the case, but you might as well have a system in place to assure that that is right.
John Jenkins checked in for Cunningham.
The Hawks last season weren't really a bad offensive team, but they did have one of the more memorable offensive nights, and not for anything positive. In a January game against a tough Bulls team, the Hawks only scored 58 points over the course of the entire game.
Outside Teague. Another 3 for Atlanta.
A little confusion defensively.
Yeah, you know what? He sent the D a little message with that 3.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the 3rd. It's stolen. Now here's Jenkins, guarded by Vucevic. Jenkins the pass to Teague. Here's Cool Hands. Millsap a screen on Nelson. Back to Teague. 6 to shoot. Off target from outside.
Well, an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
The Hawks trail by 21. Horford with the
Shot.
screen on
Oh,
Nelson.
my.
Here's Cool Hands, and there's the foul. It goes on Cool Hands. That's his 5th foul.
What a great play to sacrifice his body and take the hit.
Yeah, I thought that was excellent awareness and anticipation to beat him to the spot there.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
That free throw, no good.
Nikola Vucevic.
He hits the second from the line. No luck. And at the end of the third, coming up front. And now a brief chance to view our State Farm assist of the game. It's 1 of 7 terrific assists on the night from Cool Hands.
And what you love about his ability to pass the ball, Kevin, is that it just seems so natural to him, so fluid. He's always in control, understanding where his teammates are and anticipating passing angles.
Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Cool Hands in at point guard. Horford is out there with Elton Brand. Then it's Williams. And it's Schroeder in at the 2-guard spot. Horford kicks to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Brand with it, picked up by Harris. Lets it go from 14. Now Nelson kicks it to Davis. Takes the 13-footer, and that one's good. Davis has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Magic. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Orlando.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
It seems to me that they're taking a lot of pride in their rebounding tonight, especially at the offensive end, guys.
And it's rejected, but they get it back. Here's Schroeder. His 3-pointers off the mark. And the Magic shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. Nelson outside, back to Harris. Aflalo dishes to Nelson. And the layup's good off the glass. Nelson's got 22.
They're playing with a purpose, guys. The big lead becoming bigger. I like the look in their eyes.
And it's on both ends that they've been controlling the action.
Here's Cool Hands. Brand, a screen on Nelson.
My.
And it's blocked by Vucevic. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Nelson's running out of bounds. Atlanta will take possession. And here's what's upcoming now for the Hawks. It's off to Boston for them after this game as they take on the Celtics. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip.
A lot of good games going on today, guys. And tell you one, the one that has my eye is the Golden State matchup.
And there's the pass to Carroll. Sinks the 3-pointer.
You might not think of him as a laser 3-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
And Moore kicks to Nicholson. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Horford with the screen on Price. Into Horford. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Price kicks to Moore. Doubled by Carroll. All sorts of time. Nicholson with the bucket.
Solid work right there. And again, the field goal percentages. Look at the discrepancy between these two teams in the second half.
Well, you're right. We've got one team moving crisply to get good shots and the other team just a bit stagnant.
Here's Cunningham. Orlando grabs the miss.
Boy, they've really dominated on the glass. And, of course, they've done a lot of good things here tonight, but the rebounds have played a major factor.
Hey, Steve, you know rebounding always one of the key barometers in determining the victor.
Nicholson passes to Price. He kicks to Nicholson. That's good, and it's Price with the assist.
Ronnie Price delivering a nice dime.
Atlanta's gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. Got it. Nice one there from Cool Hands.
It hasn't happened as quickly as he would have liked, but he's finally putting some points on the board in this game.
Price outside. On its way from a follow for two. That one off the back iron and out. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. The feed to Carroll. Horford dishes to Carroll. Passes it to Cool Hands. Moore with the steal. 3 on 3. Price with the ball. And it's Martin picking him up. And Maxiel kicks to Price. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And upcoming the schedule for the Orlando Magic. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors.
Yeah, a lot of good matchups around the league. The one that I have my eye on is definitely the Miami Heat matchup.
He's off on the first.
Clearly, Orlando was a team in transition last year. They had a group of younger, inexperienced players, and many times when that's the case, you'll get off to slow starts in games, and that certainly proved to be true for the Magic.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Eldon Brand's checked in for Damari Carroll. Millsap comes in for Martin. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Cunningham.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Well, Clark, you mentioned that the Magic were at the very bottom of the league when it came to scoring in the first quarter of games. Steve, you got to get better as the game went on, obviously, but you can't start every game in a hole down like they did and expect to do well.
Well, we just go back to the roster, and that explains everything. I mean, you look at who they had, the lack of a go-to scorer out of the gates, and that explains the slow start. So this is really all about continuing to build the roster and try to put together some talent.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession.
Well, that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
And Orlando making a change here. Vucevic is checked in. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Cool Hands. Again, the Hawks score.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, I mean, he easily comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With the nice high release, he had no problem getting it off and knocking it down.
Nelson, the pass to Aflalo. Back to Nelson. Harris against Millsap. Harris kicks to Nelson. And yes, sir, that one drops. Nelson's got 9 points now in just the second half.
He's created some good opportunities for himself and made the most of them.
Here's Cool Hands, guarded by Nelson. Cool Hands. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Vucevic dishes to Aflalo. Pass to Vucevic. A jump hook. Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 6 rebounds in the game. All alone. Misses off the right iron.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
Nelson left side. Follow the pass to Nelson. He dishes it to Vucevic.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes remaining.
Rebound Atlanta.
Oh no.
Williams gets a screen from Horford. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
You know, that turnover right there isn't typical of the performance he's turned in today. In fact, that's his only turnover of the game. He's done a really good job taking care of the ball.
For the Hawks. Martin against Turkoglu. There's the dish to Maxiel. He feeds it to Nicholson. And that one's good. Nicholson's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, it's a wrap, fellas. No way you come back in this one.
Not anymore. Any chance of that happening went out the window a while ago.
Come on.
Here's Cool Hands, guarded by Price. No good from Cool Hands.
And guys, with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who's watched it. I mean, just a total mismatch in a true show of strength for the Magic.
Mark, looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
Yeah, but they did a better job tonight. They made the most of the extra rebounds, too.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And they're going to break this season series tie with a big win here tonight, giving them a record of 2-1 for the year, with one final game left to go against the Hawks.
From 15 feet away, and there are the Magic with another bucket.
They didn't take their time wrapping this game up. They pretty much did it in a hurry.
Yeah, they had a nice spurt to polish this one off.
Looking to end the drought. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Well, what I like about him is at the defensive end of the floor, he brings a ton of energy, and he's fearless when it comes to taking charges. And he'll put his body on the line, get himself in good position, and he'll get his team an extra possession or two every game.
Not only that, but he plays a huge part in their transition game. You know, getting the ball up court in a hurry is his first thought when he gets the rebound in his hands, and he does it very well.
Wide open look. And again, the basket is good from Price.
Terrific job taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And Steve, I thought those fans, those home fans, gave this team a big lift all game. A lot of positive energy in the building.
The shot's good from cool hands.
Very effective screen to set up the jumper. That was the key to that play.
The Magic shooting around 60% of the night. Amazing work offensively so far. Price with the ball. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big.
Gentlemen, standing here with Jameer.
What's up, man? Good game tonight. Yeah, you were sitting on 5. We couldn't afford to lose you for the rest of the game. Hey, for sure. That's what we're all here for, right? Thanks. Yeah, I know I'm one of the younger guys here, but that doesn't mean I don't know what it takes to be a good teammate. You feel me? All right, I'll see you at the shoot-around.